You know, God bless the 1980s, especially when it came to movies, B movies. If that's what you were into, because I know that's what I was into. Keep your blockbusters. I remember in '93 when Jurassic Park came out. On the same day, a movie called Necronomicon Book of the Dead came out. It was an anthology directed by Christoph Gans. It had Jeffrey Combs playing H.P. Lovecraft and some wraparound stories. I opted for that. You can keep Jurassic Park, and such was the case back in the 80s. As I always said, there was gold and then there are hills. Every single month of every year in the 1980s, I could find something I wanted to rent. Much to my mother's dismay, I would walk up with a pile of videos, 50 pence a shot from the local library, and she'd just give me a look, but it was 50 pence. What are you going to do? This was a weekend treat for me. And I always rented the same movies. Like so, The Caller, like so, Crawl Space. Keep in mind these are Vestron, the one straight too far from the path. Trancers, you know? Oh hello, wait. That's my Trancers box set of 5 of them. Trancers Blu-ray, you know? Dolls we've already spoken about, but you know, one of the very first movies in '84 I rented, primarily based on the cover, was Ghoulies. Look at that cover. Look at it. You know? Entertainment Video had the original release. This is a 101 Films release, Cult Collection. Extras include introduction and commentary by Luca Bercovici, which is rare. It's great to have. Love it. But, sorry about that. Cat was chewing on one of the presents. It's like a hunting ground for the cats in here. Anyway, back to where we were. But, yeah, you know, I like it, but I don't like it as much as I do Ghoulies 2. But that's another story. Ghoulies, Peter Leopus, Lisa Pelican, Scott Thompson, Keith Joe Dick, Michael DeBar as Malcolm, Jack Nance as Wolfgang, who looks quite funky with that fake beard on. He almost walks around like mute. But it was good. Riffing on Gremlins. And of course, after this came stuff like Munchies. You know, of course, Critters. But as a child, Jonathan was almost killed by his father, Malcolm, during a satanic ritual after being saved and raised by Wolfgang, who has kept him unaware of his background. Jonathan inherits Malcolm's house and moves in with his girlfriend, Rebecca. Through his explorations of the house, he begins to unlocking the secrets and latent powers contained within his newfound home. But there are other dark powers at work in the house, powers more terrifying, more hideous than anything you've ever seen. And if you've seen Ghoulies 4, by God, that is hideous. Co-written by Peter Leopus, but we won't go there. It is foretold that evil will triumph, and Ghoulies will walk the earth. Of course, in the second one, be careful before they get yours. But it was good, you know. Bobby Breezy's in it, and she has the most amazing scene with the longest tongue I've ever seen in the world. Of course, she's more or less a succubus, so she's not really there as such. It's good. I remember it stands the testament of time in that it was the very first time I'd ever watched a Charles Band Empire Pictures movie. Or was it Empire? Well, Empire Pictures. I wouldn't say Empire International, but I think that was Metal Storm. But it remains as such, and I always strive to have it in my collection, be it as a VCR, VHS, a DVD, or in this case a Blu-ray. You know, and it has a kooky little ending. It's got some really nifty little special effects, a nice little bit of menace to it, bit of dark humor, not totally horrific, not scary. I don't think it was ever meant to be, because Charles Band's motif is it's fantasy, it's not real. You know, the title alone tells you, oh my God, what is this going to be? What are we in store for? Never before released on Blu-ray in the UK. You know, it's good. But I always get back to this. Ghoulies 2. Oh my God. Never before released on Blu-ray in the UK. Oh, here we go again. Sadly, this one doesn't have anything. Too bad producer director Albert Band passed away. Father of Charles. It would have been interesting to hear his thoughts. Written by Dennis Paoli, long-time cohort of Stuart Gordon, Castle Freak, From Beyond, Reanimator, you name it. Damon Martin, Royal Dano. Oh, Royal Dano, what a guy, what a character actor. Phil Fondacaro as Nigel. Jay Downing and Kerry Remsen, who I think was the granddaughter, I could be wrong, granddaughter of the late great Burt Remsen, one of the three vampire cowboys, the old timers and Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat. That was great. The Ghoulies are back and more devilish than ever as they turn an unsuspecting carnival into a house of pandemonium in this wildly outrageous sequel to the original smash hit to Ghoulies, which I think Ghoulies did make it to the cinema. I don't think Ghoulies 2 did, but there we go. Once again, if you don't have either of these in your collection, get a move on. Get them in there. You can pick them up pretty cheaply these days. And I believe Ghoulies set the tone, or basically put money in the bank for Empire Pictures to make all those films that they did. Back in the 80s, it was like a conveyor belt. So, grab your Ghoulies, or your Ghoulies 2, before they grab you.